Good afternoon and welcome back to the GovAI media stage here in beautiful Arlington, and we are joined this afternoon by a variety of different members of the speakers, the sponsors and the general illustrious crew that we have here, and none other than Ashley Nicholson, CEO of Avenir Technologies, joins me to have a little bit of a conversation about AI agents. But before we do that, Ashley, why don't you just tell the people what does Avenir do?
Sure. So Avenir Technology helps our clients, both commercial and public sector, make better decisions with their data, and also through using AI.
Okay, better decisions with their data. What kind of decisions are they making?
All kinds of decisions: how to increase profitability, how to improve employee morale, workforce planning. Any decision
okay, so
that they can get from their data.
any kind of part of the mix. And
Exactly.
AI agents is the topic du jour, the thing that
Yes.
everyone is talking about. My question to you is, are they overhyped? Like, is this actually something that people are using? And if so, what does it really look like?
I think it is actually underhyped because they just had a podcast with Dr. Andre Kaparthi, who is used to work at OpenAI.
Yes, yeah.
And he said, even though everyone is saying it's the year of agents, in reality it's the decade of agents.
Okay.
And they will be transformative. And then also, I think, like someone was saying at the conference, that's where the rubber hits the road. That's where we're going to start seeing impact and economic impact.
Yeah. Karpathy, interesting conversation he was having. You say this kind of decade of agents. He's also the guy that kind of coined the vibe coding kind of phrase. And coding seems to be the kind of the best and first use case we've seen of agents really kind of working, whether that's inside of things like Cursor or Windsurf, Replit, or some of these kind of other AI agent technologies. Are you seeing that is how your teams and the teams you guys work with actually are picking that up? Is code the only place where kind of agentic stuff is happening?
No. So we are using it. Some of our clients are asking us to use it for code, lower code levels, to help with development teams. We're of course using them in-house at our company. But what we're seeing, a lot of our clients are interested in helping them with administrative tasks, research, things like that. Anything in the back end. If you think about it, small businesses, large businesses, government, we all have that endless to-do list that we'll never get to and we can never hire someone to do.
Yeah, it's
and
the
so it's
kind
that
of the
stuff.
not urgent but important stuff that no one gets around to.
And the stuff, the research, helping with sales proposals, things like that. That's stuff that can help you focus on the more mission critical and critical aspects of your job.
And the data that flows through these, that's where you guys come into play. Just talk to us about kind of what does it look like to get data kind of in the right place and the right mode for agents to even be able to use it well?
So our team does generally build the agents from scratch using long chain architecture. There's also a lot of low code and no code platforms, but our clients generally prefer that we make them from scratch, build them from scratch. That way we can customize them for the use case, use different data. For example, we can use a RAG of their documents. And
explain RAG for people who may not know what that means.
So it's like using a repository of your documents and internal processes, as well as using an LLM. So of course, an LLM is going to be for general knowledge, but a RAG will be your custom policies to pull from.
Yeah, so the knowledge of that business or organization.
The knowledge base.
And so getting that in the right place is obviously kind of first order of business, but what are some of the kind of use cases that then when people have got that knowledge in that RAG, retrieval augmented generation system, what are the use cases that are floating to the top with some of the clients that you're working with when it comes to actually building real agents that have value to them? So
what we're seeing mainly is a lot of administrative tasks, a lot of sales research, because if you think about it, sales is one of those things that's the lifeblood of a company.
Yeah.
And also, sales are one of those things that can't really scale because you only have so many hours of a day and it has to be done with a human. I mean, as many people as are selling avatars, it really at this point can't work because of the human connection is needed. But where we can help sales scale is that back end, all that time needed to do research about the client, the organizations, the needs, things like that. The agent can help there. So we're seeing a lot there.
So sales, we've got kind of these research agent tasks, and you obviously mentioned for coding. Just within your own team, are you seeing the productivity benefits already? Are you seeing the ROI? And in what case? In what examples?
So for most of our clients, we're seeing a productivity increase of about at least 25%. I think it's just going to improve as they upskill in-house learning how to use them, and then also as we make modifications and as the technology improves. And this is only with, right now, for most of our clients, we've only deployed like single level, not multi-agents. We're still testing them because unfortunately there's some limitations as far as hallucinations and things like that.
Yeah.
So as things improve, it's just going to grow.
Okay. You mentioned single versus multi-agents. Just give the audience a bit of a clue as what would a multi-agent look like?
So a multi-agent system is kind of like a boss with a group of, 10 or 15 underlings, and they're all working together on a bigger project and coordinating and making decisions, whereas a single level will be like having an intern or a very smart entry-level employee who has one task and is going off and doing it independently, making decisions.
And so that means you've got an agent, if I'm right in understanding you, managing a squad of other agents.
Yes.
So who's managing that top agent?
So, I mean, we haven't really fully worked that out because, like I said, we're really deploying the single now. We're testing the multi-agent, but the idea would be to have a human in the loop, have a developer monitoring it, and maybe even a subject matter expert, depending on.
Yeah.
Obviously, you always want a human in the loop and checking things.
Yeah.
But these are also generally, so far, for more administrative tasks. For code and things like that, of course, you want to do your normal checks.
Avenir, you guys work with a variety of different people, not just in the government sector that we're working in, but when it comes to the government kind of groups, federal agencies or kind of local government agencies, what types of use cases are you seeing them excited about? What's the things that's lighting the people up when they say, oh, maybe AI could do that for me?
Oh, there's so much. I mean, I think a lot of people in government are excited about having increased productivity, having greater impact with their citizens and serving them better, getting to the projects, like I said, they never get to, having people like agents in the background doing all these administrative tasks so they can focus on the bigger, strategy and things they want to do. There's so many different things that we see they're excited about. As
someone that leads an AI-related organization, just talk to us a little bit about you personally. You're a CEO of a company. You're busy. You've got lots happening. You've got people to look after. How is this stuff showing up in your own life?
I mean, it's been incredible because I think it's so transformative, particularly for smaller agencies, for smaller businesses, for medium-sized businesses, and particularly for government agencies, because these groups have all been under-resourced, for lack of a better word. And anyone who's running a business knows there's not enough hours in the day. You can never get it all done.
Yeah, the to-do list is never finished, is it?
And so AI is incredible, and Gen AI is incredible because it's like the economies of scale don't exist anymore.
Okay.
It's like we can suddenly produce graphics that a Fortune 100 company would produce, or be able to produce code that we would need a whole development team to do.
So if I was to go and get the one password or last pass access to your ChatGPT account, what prompts am I finding in there that are kind of sitting in there in Ashley's little sidebar of shame? Like what are the things in there that you are kind of regularly turning to these things to get done?
So many things.
Keep it clean if you can.
Yeah, different let's see. There's different strategies. Different client diversification questions. How do we improve this experience for this client? What should our strategy be for the next 2 years and why?
All sorts.
All over the place.
And would you say that was the case 18 months ago, 2 years ago, those questions being asked in there?
No, I wouldn't say that.
No.
Because I think even though I've been working in data and AI for a while, I think there still is always a learning curve and like a trust. And now I think we're all trusting it more and being used to it. And it's great. It's great at challenging your assumptions.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you were to maybe build an agent that was going to come alongside Ashley and help her out every single day getting things done, what would you want that one to be doing?
Doing a lot of research on strategy, marketing, customers, potential customers. We do already have some agents and things that are helping us with some of that, and then also with social media. So we have a great social media team, but we also have them working with agents so they can write social media posts faster.
TikTok agents.
Yes.
Okay.
Not quite that.
Not quite. I think that's what Trump's worried about, actually. We're trying to get rid of the TikTok agents. Well, maybe in closing, just as you look forward for the clients that you guys are serving over the next 5 years, crystal balls are hard things to peer into at the best of times. In AI, I feel like you need to have crystal balls that manage other crystal balls, perhaps, in the way you've described the agents. But as you kind of look down the pipeline here, how are you thinking that kind of agent landscape is going to change for the clients you serve? And particularly, as you mentioned, the data that goes into those agents, how does that have to change over the next couple of years?
I mean, the amount of data is just going to increase. I mean, it's almost doubling daily. And
wow.
I just can't even imagine what it's going to look like in 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two is I just think, good or bad, everyone's going to shift, right, in the sense that your engineers are going to have a higher level, almost 38,000 feet, systems engineering way of seeing, because they're going to have to be able to monitor an agent team that will be coding, for example.
Yeah.
And the same thing with marketing and the same thing with finance. And so I think, good or bad, experts are going to have to be able to think differently and think at a higher level. Love it.
Well, we hope that you guys will continue to help us do that. Appreciate your time. Ashley Nicholson, CEO of Avenir Technologies, for joining us here at the GovAI and Media stage. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.